Hello, this is the Tradesight Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Friday the 10th of October 2014. Let's take a look. Look at these wide bars. You'd think, wow, this must have been some excitement. And and yet, strangely, hasn't felt that exciting this week. The first 2 hours have been slow. Yesterday on Wednesday, we had the big move late in the day after the minutes from the last Fed meeting were released. Kind of took everybody out by surprise. Today we had a pretty slow first 90 minutes again, and then even after that, later, we got the move downward over lunch that basically reversed the move. Now this doesn't look good, I'll tell you, from a charting perspective. This is an ugly chart, and we have so far found support right around that the red static trend line, which was our downside target after we got the signal higher up last month. But overall, it's not a pretty chart if we break this level. And the NASDAQ side, on the other hand, shows the big bars, has not yet hit the red static trend line. Keep in mind, too, we talked about back in August when we were gapping up. Look at the gaps that were left behind in August. We still have some to fill lower right around that red static trend line. So that would fill all those gaps that we left in August if we go back. And that would put us back, by the way, even with July 1st. So for the last 3.5 months, we'd be dead flat, which is fine. I got some small trades off today on Thursday, but nothing overly exciting. Take a look at the SOX index. This one looks like it could just break and head lower. And then this one's the biotech index. And it looks like it could break and head lower as well. So nothing too pretty there. Here's a look at Google. They have some big announcements next week. Apple's announced another big show a couple days after that. And so we'll have to see. But Google doesn't look too great. Apple looks all right. Look how flat Apple's been. I mean, just since going back to August, between 98 and 102, basically a 4-point range around the 100 level on Apple. That's pretty unusual for it to sit here like that for that long. Quick look at oil. Big drop down today, $84 a barrel. We're out of that summer period where prices usually up for higher cooling costs and also the concerns about hurricane season. And we never really went up at the time of year that we usually do. So it's good for oil. The only problem is it because of a lack of demand, which would be bad for the economy, or is it really that we're balanced out again in terms of supply? And that's the big question at this point. So let's take a look at the intraday action that we saw yesterday, on Thursday, or today, I should say. It's still Thursday here. So you can see, again, the move up from late Wednesday after the announcement, and then the move back down in the middle of the day Thursday. We did get a 13 buy signal. That's Comer signal, and that was basically the low. You can see the pink risk line of that move was the low of the trading range on Thursday, and we held that level into the close. All right, so what do we expect on Friday? We don't have much for economic data. We have import-export prices coming out an hour before the bell, Treasury budget at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's it. We will see what we get, obviously, on Friday. Never expect it to be better than the rest of the week, but the rest of the week wasn't too exciting, so anything's possible. Remember, next week we head into expiration, options expiration, which is usually where things pick up a bit. We also start the 8 days of core earnings. Slightly different trading environment for those 8 days starting Tuesday and next week, but we'll talk about that more in the weekly preview. Other than that, we'll call it from the tape as we see it during Friday and see if we can get something going. Have a good day.